Hey there, my name's Niandra, and we have now likely seen all of the Overwatch news that BlizzCon 2021 has to offer. So I thought it'd be fun to quickly go through it. To start this off, I just want to say that as someone who makes Overwatch videos for a living, to put it mildly, I have been stressed off my goddamn tits lately. Overwatch as a game I still think is really fun, but we're at a point where even somebody without any eyes could spot the content drought from miles away like a shitty Where's Wally puzzle. My expectations for BlizzCon were pretty grounded after we got the call that Overwatch 2 wouldn't be released this year, but I had ideas of what I wanted and what I thought the game needs to survive. I know a lot of other content creators for this game are feeling the same kind of way, and for many of us there was a lot riding on this BlizzCon. Overall though, I was honestly really impressed by what we saw, and I'm actually really excited for Overwatch 2. So let's look at some of the new stuff, and I want to begin with what excited me the most, which was actually the news that 2CP is getting removed.
And we're also reevaluating
Come on, do it, you fucking cowards! Do it, give it!
The mindset,
yes, come on!
Maybe
yes!
doesn't exist.
I need you guys to understand, I fucking despise 2CP. Back in last July, I started writing the script for a video on why I don't like it, but it never got to a stage where I was happy with it, so it just kind of sits in my Google Docs. Basically the gist is, I don't believe a game mode with only 2 objectives really belongs in Overwatch and amplifies a lot of the worst aspects. Defenders have to play perfectly, and ult spam is really powerful because there's almost a lack of punishment for attackers if it's successful. I also think the new player experience will be a lot better without 2CP, because trying to teach a new player how to attack point B is it's so difficult to do. So yeah, this is absolutely an S tier change in my opinion. Also, apparently the 2CP map that was going to be released with Overwatch 2 has been scrapped, but don't take my word for that. Moving on, we were also given a few more character redesigns, and my only thought here is that bisexuals won BlizzCon. I love all 4 of them. I don't want to dwell on this because I need to keep this video monetized so I can eat next month, but let's just say BlizzCon was a good day for people that like to be stepped on. Honestly, in general, everything we saw in regards to visuals looks fantastic, like the new maps look so gorgeous. Overwatch 1 is a game that's 5 years old and still looks amazing on the higher specs, so I really do have faith here. Moving on, you've got the passive role abilities and some hero changes. So what this means is all tanks will receive some form of knockback resistance and enemies will get less ult charge from hurting them. DPS will all get a movement bonus, while supports will all get something similar to Mercy's passive health regeneration, where you regain health if you don't take damage for a certain amount of time. Even though it's not the role I traditionally play, I'm actually interested in tank the most here. My reasoning for this is because I've been thinking a lot about the role lately and how it's kind of like the heart of so many problems in Overwatch. The game absolutely has a tank shortage problem, and without drastic changes, it's only going to get worse over this next year, which then causes issues for the other 2 roles. We're at a point where Blizzard basically had to make a system to bribe people to play this role, and if that's not a huge indicator that tank needs looking at, then I don't know. Besides testing and fine-tuning these changes, I don't really feel like there's much reason to wait until Overwatch 2 for this, especially when the competitive scene has made it repeatedly clear that they want Blizzard to do more. Don't get me wrong here, I thought this BlizzCon was really strong, Overwatch 2 looks great, but the more I think about it, and as the initial hype fades, the worry that Overwatch 1 will be basically dead by then is absolutely starting to come back. We also learned that Reinhardt will be getting 2 fire strikes in both PvE and PvP, which as a Mercy main I found hilarious because I'm a stupid hungry moth and I will absolutely eat both of those. He's also going to get the ability to cancel his charge, which I think that's fair. I am very much interested to see if tanks move away from the stationary punching bag that's just kind of slow and sluggish to more of a sort of brawler role or something. Moving on, we got another really quick look at some of the character skill trees which will be featured in Overwatch 2's PvE content. I plan to do a full video on these in future, so I won't say too much, but I love the idea of multiple builds and I'm really looking forward to theory crafting with the community. After BlizzCon 2019, I mentioned in a video that it would be cool to see Mercy's mass res ability in PvE, since it allows for those that miss it the chance to play with it while also retaining the current balance of PvP. From what we saw and heard, this basically seems to be confirmed, which I think is pretty cool. I knew it likely wasn't going to happen, but a part of me was hoping we would get a playable demo, maybe just a public release of the one they showed off at last BlizzCon, but sadly that didn't happen. Releasing a demo by the end of the year I think would go a really long way, if only to prove that Overwatch 2 does indeed exist. Last of all, there were also a lot of little things like the day-night map variations that you could notice in the background or the new sound effects system. I don't have much to say about any of these, but I'm excited. Players didn't coin the term Blizzard polish for no reason, you know, like they know how to make things feel satisfying and engaging, even if they're not that fun to play against. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about. I gotta say, I was really impressed with what I saw, and I have no doubt that Overwatch 2 will be amazing. That being said, I am still pretty worried about the future of Overwatch 1 and the possible content drought that lies ahead. I don't think neither I or the game itself can really take another year of minimal updates and recycled events. Jeff mentioned in an interview that they don't plan to go dark this year. Blizzard have always promised more communication in the past, and I think they've been a tad shaky in following up on that, so I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic on that one. Hopefully Blizzard has realised that keeping Overwatch 1 content hostage to package with a sequel release isn't really sustainable anymore, and we see some fun stuff dropping. Anyway, that's all from me for this real quick video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.